Hi Math 2, this is Miss Van Vickle, and this is the second part of your series on logarithms, Thursday, April 23rd. And you'll notice in part 2, we are given instructions to evaluate each logarithm. So that essentially means to decide what does it equal. So right now it's something that I don't know. I'm going to call it x. And then there are two ways I can solve this. One of them uses my calculator and the other one doesn't, so I'm going to solve them both ways so that you understand them. The first way involves rewriting this as an exponential equation. We practiced that in the last video. So this becomes 2 to the x power equals 32. And then I know, based on what I learned on Tuesday, that I have to rewrite this with the same base. And if I do, then I can set my exponents equal to each other. So this becomes 2 to the x power equals 2 to the 5th power. And that leaves me with x being 5. Now there's a way to do this in your calculator also. So let's take a look at how we might do that. First I'm going to hit second and the 0 button, and I'm going to go to the catalog. And there are a great many things that we find in the catalog of our calculator. And if you page up and down, you'll find that the list is long. So I don't want to spend hours paging up and down, so I'm going to hit the alpha key. That's just below second. And I'm going to hit the divide button. And you'll notice right above the divide button, the alpha option is the letter M. So if I hit alpha and divide, it takes me down to the M's in my catalog. And I'm going to back up to, and you'll see that I have something called log base. And when I hit enter on log base, I end up at my main screen, and my calculator will allow me to enter the base and the value, so I can evaluate a logarithm using my calculator. So let's readjust our page here, and we see that we are evaluating log base 2 of 32. So I need to have a 2 here. And I'm taking log base 2 of 32, and when I hit enter, I see that I get 5, which is what I got when I did it the old-fashioned way. So let's do a few more. I'm going to rewrite this as 4 to the x power is equal to 16. I'll rewrite that with the x because I think it's more obvious when you see 4 to the x power is equal to 16. And then if I put them in the same base, I get x is equal to 2. Since my bases are the same, I can set my exponents equal to each other. Notice in number 3 there is no base, and we decided in the last video that when we didn't have a base, we were to assume that it was 10. So if I do that, I get 10 to the x power equals 100, and most of us would know automatically that x would have to be equal to 2. 10 squared is equal to 100. And then again, in problem number 4, I'm going to rewrite this as 9 to the x is equal to 27. And now I don't have the same base, and I need to get the same base. So I'm going to call 9 3 squared, and that's being taken to the x power. And I'm going to call 27 3 to the 3rd. So this tells me that 2x is equal to 3, or x would be equal to 3 over 2. So there we go for number 4. So number 5, I'm going to let our calculator do a little bit of work for us. Number 5 looks different than the others because we're actually trying to take the logarithm of a negative number. So again, let's practice the keystrokes. We're going to go to second catalog, and then we're going to hit the alpha key and the divide button. And it will take us down to the M's, and if we back up, we get log base. I want to take the log base 5 of negative 25. And when I do that, I get error, non-real answer. And the reason I do is because I cannot take the logarithm of a negative number. It all has to do with logarithms being inverses of exponentials. And you'll notice that when I have an exponential, I never get a negative number in that graph. And so when I take the inverse, it means I can't actually take the logarithm of a negative number. So there's no answer here. So I would just say no solution to number 5. In number 6, we rewrite this again as an exponential. 3 to the x power is equal to 81. And then we have to put them in the same base. 81, I believe, is 3 to the 4th power. Oops, that should be a 3. 3 to the 4th power, and therefore that leaves us with x is equal to 4. Once again, in problem number 7, I have a log base 10. So 10 to the x power is equal to 12. Now, I'm running up against a brick wall with this one because I can't put 12 in terms of a base of 10. I can't express 12 as 10 to some power. So in this case, I can't use this rewriting as an exponential as a tool. And I have to do this one with my calculator. So I fortunately don't have to go through getting to the catalog because there actually is a log base 10 button on my calculator. Let me show it to you. It's right here below the x squared button right next to the number 7. So if I hit log, that defaults to base 10, and I can just put in 12 and hit enter and find that it's 1.079 and so forth. So number 8 is like number 7 because when I say 5 to the x power is equal to 8, I again find that I can't put 8 in terms of a base of 5. And so I would use log base in my calculator. Let's practice those keystrokes just one more time. Second, and the catalog, which is my 0 button, and then alpha and divide. And I would page back to log base, and I would enter log base 5 of 8. And if I hit enter, I find the decimal value for that log base 5 of 8. So that's it on your videos for Thursday.